They say a courtroom is where truth stands tallest. But on that day, Truth walked in quietly, wearing old boots, holding a worn folder, and keeping his eyes low. No one noticed him. No one except his little daughter, holding his hand tightly as if he was the only safe place in the world. The bailiff called out, "Case number 214. Custody hearing for minor, Emily Hayes." And the single father, James Hayes, stepped forward. The courtroom whispered. Some laughed quietly. His jacket was clean but old. His hair needed a trim. He looked like a man who had already lost too much. The female judge, Judge Eleanor Graves, glanced up from her papers. She was known for being sharp, proud, and strict. Her eyes held the kind of cold that could silence a room. "Mr. Hayes," she said, tapping her pen. "You are contesting custody, without an attorney." Again, her tone carried disapproval, a hint of mockery. James simply nodded. "Yes, Your Honor." The opposing attorney, a polished man in an expensive suit, smirked. "Your Honor, my client believes it is in the best interest of the child to be raised in a stable, financially secure home. Clearly, Mr. Hayes cannot provide that." He made sure everyone noticed the worn-out shoes and cheap tie. Judge Graves looked down at James. "Do you have any legal training?" James hesitated. He could feel his daughter's eyes on him. "Some," he answered softly. Laughter from the courtroom gallery. "The kind that hurts." Judge Graves leaned back. "Mr. Hayes, the law is complex. Emotional appeals won't be enough here. You are a janitor at a local high school, correct?" "Yes, Your Honor." "And before that?" she asked almost casually. James paused again. The room waited. He took a slow breath. "I served in the military. 12 years. Honorable discharge." The opposing lawyer asked, pretending to sound polite. "Highly decorated," James said. "Not boasting. Just stating a fact." But the judge didn't look impressed. She sighed. "This is a custody case. Your military service, while admirable, is irrelevant here. Stability is what matters. And frankly," she looked directly into his eyes, "you don't seem to have much." Something in James's chest tightened. But he didn't respond with anger. Just sadness. The opposing lawyer began questioning. His words were sharp, meant to draw blood. "You live in a small apartment, yes. Yes. You struggle financially. Yes. You cannot provide luxuries. No. You cannot provide the child's mother's level of comfort. Number." The room shifted. The opposing lawyer smirked. No further questions. James held his daughter's hand. She whispered, "Daddy, are we gonna be okay?" He smiled at her, but his eyes shined with tears. Then Judge Graves spoke. "Mr. Hayes, your closing statement. Make it brief." James stepped forward. His voice was quiet at first. "I don't have much. That's true. But Emily doesn't need luxury. She needs love. She needs safety. She needs someone who will be there. I may not be perfect, but I'm her father. And she is my whole world. I can't lose her. I won't." The opposing attorney scoffed. "Your Honor, I move that." "Wait," Judge Graves interrupted. "One more question." She looked at James. A different kind of look. A deeper one, as if something about him didn't quite fit. "Mr. Hayes, you said you have some legal training. What did you do before military service?" The room quieted. James slowly exhaled. "I was an attorney." Silence. Not a whisper. Not a breath. Judge Graves blinked. "I'm sorry, what?" "I graduated top of my class. Passed the bar at 24. I practiced defense law." His voice remained calm. "And I was good at it." "Very good." The opposing lawyer paled. Judge Graves leaned closer. "Then why are you here? Why did you stop?" James swallowed. His eyes glistened, but he didn't look away. "My wife got sick. Cancer. Treatment was expensive. We sold everything. Job didn't matter. Reputation didn't matter. Winning cases didn't matter. Keeping her alive was all I wanted." The courtroom's coldness began to melt. "When she died," he continued, voice shaking, "Emily was all I had left. I joined the military to pay debts. To provide. To have health benefits for her. I served because I had to, not because I wanted to. I came back, and I took the first job I could get. Being a janitor isn't shameful. It's honest work." He wiped his eyes quietly. "I don't have luxury. But she has love. I read to her every night. I walk her to school every morning. I pack her lunch, even when I skip mine. I don't need much. I just need her." The courtroom wasn't whispering anymore. Even the judge's face softened. Something deep, something human, woke in her eyes. She looked at Emily. Small, silent, holding a stuffed rabbit, looking at her father like he was a hero. Judge Graves spoke gently now. Mr. Hayes, if you truly were an attorney, do you still have your license? Yes, he answered. I never let it expire. She nodded slowly. Then, Mr. Hayes, you will represent yourself formally. And I will hear this case again, properly. The opposing lawyer objected, but the judge silenced him instantly. Objection overruled. And I advise you, she said sharply to him, prepare better. The sound of the gavel echoed. Case continued for 3 months. And this time, James was ready. He didn't shout. He didn't attack. He didn't humiliate. He simply spoke truth. He presented evidence of love, photos, school reports, letters his daughter wrote saying, "Daddy is my hero." The courtroom cried. When Judgment Day came, Judge Graves spoke softly. Custody is awarded to Mr. James Hayes. Emily ran to her father, tears streaming, hugging him as if love itself had arms. The courtroom clapped. Even the opposing lawyer lowered his head. As they walked out, Judge Graves approached quietly. You could have mentioned your past on the first day, she said. James smiled softly. You only see the truth of a person when they have nothing to hide behind. Judge Graves nodded. Your daughter is lucky. No, James whispered, lifting Emily into his arms. I'm the lucky one. And as they stepped into sunlight, the world didn't look so heavy anymore.